Divine beings, hi. How is it going? I hope you guys are having a great day, afternoon, night, wherever you are in this beautiful world, and that you had a good weekend. I know you're probably saying, dang, she finally took that hat off. I always, in all my past videos before this one, I'm always wearing a hat. So I forgot my hat today because, as usual, I was rushing this morning. I wait until the last minute to get up because I'm very tired in just all aspects of my life. So I have to press the restart button. I'm doing a lot of inner work, a lot of heavy work. And with this retrograde coming up, this Mercury retrograde coming up, and again, you guys can look up what that is, or I can put that in the description of what it is. But it's a good time to reflect and work on the things that you need to work on that lie deep within, that hold us back, that keep us truly from who we truly are at a soul level. So yes, the hat is off today. So see, this is me without a hat. But I hope you guys are feeling well, and if not, that you are taking the steps to get to a place where you are well. I need to drink water. Well, actually, a couple sips because I'm thirsty. Now, I hope that you're being patient with yourself during your healing process, as it is just that, a process, one day at a time. You're not going to be able to heal 20 years worth of wounds in 5 minutes. And that's just not realistic, no matter how much you might want to, because you don't want to feel what's coming up. 202, as I said that. So, yeah, you're going to need to take a deep dive and look at what is bothering you. And that could go all the way back to your childhood. And that, I'm going to tell you, take it from me, who's done it and is still doing it, because the work is never done. The healing work is never done. It is quite heavy. Quite heavy, but possible. Right? Because I'm still here. Again, as I always say, I still have my mental faculties intact. So, it didn't get the best of me. Neither did the lessons that I learned. Excuse me. So today we're going to talk about soul amnesia. Okay, so I heavily resonate with this one here. I'm going to read about this one, and we will go into this one a little bit, and then I'll talk about how I can relate to this, and you guys can think on after you have listened on how you resonate with it. I feel that we all definitely can resonate with this one. So let's get into it. Soul amnesia. Okay. It is basically you being disconnected from your own essence. This is why there will be a feeling of emptiness inside of you. Soul amnesia refers to the feeling of being disconnected from your divine nature, life purpose, or core identity. It is a spiritual concept describing how worldly distractions or trauma causes us to forget our inner worth. Okay? The spiritual metaphysical perspective. In many traditional teachings, soul amnesia is seen as an intentional veil placed on the soul when we enter this world. The purpose. Okay? Traditional teachings suggest that if we remembered the entirety of our existence or knew exactly how our life would unfold, there would be no thrill, surprise, or personal growth. Now, I do agree with that. And I've said that before, actually, when speaking to someone. So that is so ironic, but not coincidental. Okay, so let me keep going. The psychological perspective. In psychology, losing connection with one's sense of self or personal history typically stems from severe stress, trauma, or emotional pain. Okay, I can believe that. Let's go to the next one. Dissociative amnesia. Let's talk about what dissociative amnesia is. This is a condition where a person cannot remember important information about themselves, usually because of a traumatic event. Okay, so we're talking a lot about trauma here with the psychological perspective. And then there's one last one, which is deep, I think that is going to be pronounced despersonalization. Despersonalization. So that is often described similarly to soul amnesia. And this is the feeling of being detached from oneself, one's body, or one's mental processes. So I definitely can relate to this where, there was a very long period as of just recently, 3 years ago, where I felt that there was just a lack of purpose or just a lack of knowing why I'm here and what I'm supposed to do. And there is this overwhelming sense of emptiness that, takes over because it's like, oh my goodness, I want to know what I'm supposed to be doing because for me personally, I don't know about you all, but I was like feeling like, okay, I want to know why I'm here so that I can go ahead and take the steps to assist in whatever way that is, mainly myself because I'm hurting, I'm suffering. I am drowning in all of this pain and I don't know why. And of course, yes, some of it is endured throughout your journey, but also some of it is inherited, from, generations upon generations ago. Stuff that was yours, stuff that became yours that was never yours to begin with, and that you was never meant to carry. I truly do believe that. And there literally just feels like there's this weight on your shoulders, like the weight of the world. I more so want to say, yes, the weight of the world, but also the weight of, generations upon generations upon generations before, you even stepped into this lifetime, into this realm. Okay. So definitely can relate to that. And there was something else that I saw that we were reading about. You just that disconnect to, the divine. It's like, we all carry a huge part of God with us. Some like to believe that we are gods and goddesses, some of us anyway, reincarnated, right? But I just, I can relate to you just feeling this disconnect from source or the divine or God or whatever, however you want to title that energy, that power source. And it just seems like no matter what you try to do or what you've done, you just can't seem to connect. You could pray all day long, you could send up intentions all day long, all night long, be at your altar, and you still can't seem to find the answers you seek. Until one day it just seems to be out of nowhere, just this date that is set for you individually, where it's like, okay, an alarm clock goes off, and now it's time for you to wake up. You to wake up. Not them, you. And you wake up, and it's like, oh, there is this sense of awareness that you develop. And so things start to fall into perspective. And that amnesia just slowly starts to wear off. But I feel like there's still a huge part of it that remains, at least at this part in my journey, because I'm presently working on, in order to recall who I was to an extent, because I don't feel that we will be able or have the opportunity to recall most things or not even everything about ourselves. That would be nice, but I don't honestly believe that everybody can believe what they want to believe, right? I never force my beliefs on anybody. We don't do that on this channel. So, in saying all of that, I feel that there is this need to get quiet, to tune out all of the noise, with technology, everything that doesn't serve you any purpose, and just become one with nature and connect with nature. And those frequencies that connect with the chakra systems, in order to be able to recall those parts of yourself. 5-5, as I said, that were lost, many lifetimes ago, or with each lifetime that you were able to experience. 111, as I said that. But yeah, this is pretty deep. This is some pretty deep stuff. And very interesting. I actually want to talk more about this week. So, amnesia, and just kind of dive a little bit deeper on this. And then we're also going to talk about the soul contracts. But how many of you feel like you just have this huge calling on your life? You being a divine being, you definitely do, but just you don't know what it is yet. And you're trying to figure that out. So in order to do that, like I said, for me, I know that I'm going to have to become and make sure that what is surrounding me is quiet and become more quiet throughout my day, so that I can hear what the divine is trying to tell me, and also see what the divine is trying to show me as well, with recalling the lost fragments of my soul. So that is where I'm at with my journey too. I feel like I'm getting better, because I've made a point last week to just start quieting things down more and more and more. It's a process, because I'm used to using technology as a means to shut out a lot of stuff that I've not wanted to deal with, and not only that, just because I know I've got this to do, that to do, that to do, and that's not good. So I've been working on just condensing things that I know that I am going to have to work on in steps, because I'm one of those. I will write out a to-do list, and that mug will be long, like 3 pages long, front and back, and try to do that all in one day, because I want to get it out the way so I can just be peace and calm, right? Because I don't want to have to do anything. And I've gotten to a point at this point, I don't know if I said that right. Let's take it back. I've gotten to the point in my life, that's what I was trying to say, 333, as I said that, where, and 133 as well. I call out synchronicities just in case you guys are seeing these, and they're angelic numbers. For those of you that don't understand why I'm calling out numbers and what it means, I'm doing that because some of you may be seeing them, and if I'm calling out specific numbers that you're seeing, they may be that this message is for you. It just may be confirmation that the message is for you. And then I encourage you all to look up the number as well, okay, to see what it means. Because if it's a number that you're seeing on a regular basis, or you just started seeing, then that is your angels, whomever your angels are, because we are individually assigned specific angels, guardian angels, that is. So those are just messages there for you. If you look those up, 424, as I said that, and also 428. But I've gotten to a point in my life, I digress. I gotten to a point in my life where I don't want to have to do a lot of things. And I do have a lot of things I have to do. I have a huge calling and purpose on my life. So I have begun to become overwhelmed quite often, and it's like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time to be getting overwhelmed. I got a lot to do, and there's a lot riding on me, And, God said so. So it's like, I'm trying to make sure that I do what God is asking. And, that I'm taking care of myself in the process. And that means my mental. So in finding out who I am and recalling the lost fragments of my soul, I am learning to become and get more quiet so that I can become more aligned and in tune with myself. But most importantly, receiving the messages from the divine that I need to receive so that I can learn more about myself. And my soul contract, remember when I was talking about the soul contracts, I was talking about how we would need to get quiet and develop a meditative practice that we resonate with. That would be key. And I've learned that to be very true. I'm more calm and grounded when I am listening to my healing frequencies. And sometimes, such as last night, I had them playing all night long. And I didn't have any problems. I did have an intrusion, but that is because one of my loved ones was experiencing an intrusion as well. So when he is experiencing an intrusion, I am as well, and then I have to step up and protect. So just to let you know, I don't play about mine. I don't. And that is so important along this spiritual journey. We need to learn what is going on around us. We need to become privy to spiritually what is going on and not just brush it off like it's nothing, because I'm telling you 10 times out of 10, it is not nothing. It's something. And, those things or those instances where 644, as I said that, where we feel like we are going crazy or we're losing our mind. No, you are actually gaining your mind. You're not losing your mind. You're gaining your mind. Okay. 656, as I said that, but I'm not going to make this long. I just wanted to talk about soul amnesia. I do want to do some more research about it, and we talk about it more on Wednesday. And yeah, we keep learning, keep growing, keep loving ourselves, and keep healing together as a collective. That is important so that we can reach our spiritual goals, right? And learn, those of us that don't know, learn what our purposes are, right? That's important. Living with purpose just gives life so much more meaning. And I am saying that from a personal perspective, perspective. I think that's what I want to say. During Mercury retrograde, I have difficulties trying to find what words I want to say, or sometimes words at all. But that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope that you learned something in it, that you were able to take something away from what I said or what we discussed, which was soul amnesia. We'll talk more about it on Wednesday. And I hope that you all are taking care of yourselves and that you are loving yourselves and that you are truly learning what loving yourself is and feeling it and embracing it and not brushing it off. Feel what needs to be felt. Feel what needs to be felt so that you can heal, so that you can grow, so that you can evolve, so that we can evolve together. Don't leave me out here by myself, okay? Being the only one evolving. Y'all need to come along with me so we can graduate and evolve and grow and ascend together, okay? Let's do it. Let's do it. We got it. We got it. We got it. And you can, because I can, and I am. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Love, peace, and grace.